Hi, everybody. Hope you're having a nice long weekend, not long, well-deserved extra day off. I just wanted to talk to you about our plan for next Tuesday night or this coming Tuesday night. We'll be meeting at 7 o'clock. I will be online from 6:30 to 7 to answer any questions you have, but also to help upload your projects if you need help uploading, if you haven't submitted yours prior to that. I have absolutely no problem if you want to turn it in before their class. That's not a problem at all. But if you are done, if you can get them to me sooner, it just speeds things up a little bit. As far as your presentation and how you present, if um, if you could try, and I put this in my note earlier, if you could try not to read your slide. What I'd like you to do is kind of take the persona on of being a principal, a site principal. And I know that many of you, or most of you, know that when you're sitting in a staff meeting, you wouldn't want somebody to read to you, read the slides to you, because you're thinking, hey, I don't need someone to read that to me. I could read myself. So if you could you're going to have it's more of a conversation, and I may interrupt you during your presentation to ask questions, and then I might turn to the audience and pose that same question out to the other six of us that are watching. So we might use your presentation as a springboard for a conversation. Don't be surprised or offended if I do that. That's just a way to keep everyone interacting with each other. And I might call people randomly just to see what they're thinking about this. So it looks like we'll have 6 or 7 presentations, and so we'll keep it down really pretty tight to no more than 12 minutes. And I apologize, but I will cut you off, and please don't be offended by that. It's just so that everyone have enough time. So even if you made your presentation just a few slides, and just talked about what your principal had said during that time. And then, but you're also as if you're presenting to a staff too. Some of the highlights that I would like to see, or that maybe you could weave into your conversation if it's not on your presentation already, is the timing of the principal's budget. Or every principal has, if they've been there for a while, if any principal who's been on for more than 2 or 3 years, you kind of get a flow of how spending happens. You get an idea that you get your budget at a certain time, you have your site plan due, you kind of, I to lack a better word, you hoard money for the first part of the year. You always have a plan of how you're going to spend the money for the second part of the year, and then you have to spend by a certain date. So those things, each principal, and I'd love to learn from each of those principals as well. Each principal has a kind of what they do in order to get through the year, because one of the worst things that could happen is that you guys run out of money. That as a principal, you run out of money, and that a couple of reasons that could happen is, one, you didn't anticipate someone's salary that was coming out of a certain budget. So it's really, really important to know the salaries that are coming out of your budget. The other thing, I know that people have run out of money because of subscriptions. You'll be going through the year, everything's great, and all of a sudden you get hit with a $20,000 subscription to an online program that you didn't anticipate. It might have been a 3-year subscription, and you might have a payment that was due on it. It might have been not even you doing it, but it might have been the year before a principal doing that. So be cognizant of these things. What are the tricks that the principal uses to make sure that they don't run out of money towards the end of the year? I haven't run out of money. I have really held my dollars tight until February or March. Really, literally held the money tight, and you get sadly very used to saying no. You can't do it. You can't do it, because we don't know if something's going to come up in the mid-year. So just kind of look at the different tips and tricks on what are they doing to make sure that they don't run out of money at a school site. A couple of you have told me in my conversations with you that you are part of the LCAP advisory planning committee at your district level, or your site council. So if you want to weave some of those conversations that you have, and maybe how your principals has presented to the site council, I would love to hear that kind of information. And I know we could all benefit, every one of us can benefit from everything you're saying. So what we're going to be doing is we're teaching each other. So look at it as if we're teaching each other, not just a presentation, but we're sharing practices. Or you could even, I didn't purposely didn't say we're sharing best practices, because you might come away from that meeting kind of scratching your head going, I would do that differently. And you're welcome to share that here at this. Okay, this is going to be we're going to teach each other about different school budgets. So what a gift to be able to hear how 7 different principals do their budget towards in the beginning of the year. How do they present their budget? And that's a gift, because and so use this and take notes and be thinking about it, because every one of you is going to be in this boat, and it's a terrifying boat to be in if you don't have any reference points. Okay. I will be putting you in groups for your group projects. So I think it's project number 5. I'll be assigning group members, or it's for week 5. So I'll be assigning you group projects or groups for that, and I'll let you know sometime this week. I won't let you know during the presentation, but what I'm going to do is I'll put a note out, and I'll put the groups. I'll just randomly pick. I have to make it in our, it'll be in Blackboard, and we'll talk about that on Tuesday night. We'll be meeting at 7 o'clock on Tuesday, and I look forward to it. If you have any questions prior to that or any concerns, just let me know. Enjoy this project, because I use it as a learning project, okay? Let's see, anything else I need to mention to you? That might be it. This project that's coming up is worth 30 points, so make sure you check the rubric. Go off of the rubric, as I mentioned prior to this. The presentation itself can have, just a limited number of words. You could put any type of narrative could go into the speaker notes. Alrighty, well, enjoy your day off tomorrow, and I look forward to talking to you on Tuesday evening at 7, unless I hear from you prior. All right, bye-bye. Bye-bye.